Version 1.6 for Zenless Zone Zero is a dead patch, and tell me how it's better than version 3.1 for Honkai Star Rail. The world may never know, but anyways, gamers, I watched the 1.6 live stream today. I'm going to be telling you everything that's coming to the update. The good, the bad. This is a dead patch, so I mean, that's definitely bad. They've went 5 patches strong thus far, so I don't know how much slack we should necessarily cut them, but let's go ahead and talk about everything we got, because there's not really much to talk about here, and I do have quite a few gripes with this update, but it's not as bad as Honkai Star Rail 3.1. So starting off first, guys, we got new characters obviously coming to the game. I don't really consider this content, but we did get 3 new characters, that being Silver Soldier Ambi, Trigger, and Pearlcha, or however you say her name. Polkra, that's how they pronounced it in the live stream. I definitely thought it was Pearlcha for whatever reason, but I'm bad at pronouncing names. You knew that already, though. So quickly going over what these characters do, guys. Ambi is going to be an attack electro type unit. She is basically putting these marks on the enemy and enhancing the amount of additional damage she can do, and also her allies do as well. That's why we have Polkra coming to the game as another A rank character. She helps with additional damage as well. She's going to be a breaker, which Ambi also is going to be needing. We're also getting Trigger as well, which is yet another additional damage off field type breaker, which I think can be really good in a lot of scenarios. I think she'll be helping out a lot of those DPS that want to be on the field more to do their damage, aka like Ellen Joe, aka like Silver Soldier Ambi, for example, aka like Evelyn. All these characters do want to be on the field. I think these off-field breakers can really help them out a lot, and this is what I feel like the power creep is per se to like these bursty type breakers like Coleta, for example, right? Coleta comes in for the field for a couple seconds and then pops her ass off the field and does her job, whereas these characters, they're on the field, right? They burst onto the field for a second, but then they keep helping break the enemy after the fact as well. So this is where I feel like the power creep comes into play with them, and I really don't feel like this is going to be power creeping those characters that are on the field breakers like Chingy, for example, or even like Lighter, because of how many different buffs he gives to the rest of the team. But that's just a simple breakdown for these characters. If you want to see a more in-depth guide and how these characters work, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, because videos will be out on them in the near future. But with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and talk about the banners, because the banners actually are not the worst thing in the world. They weren't actually too scummy with it, because on side 1, guys, we're getting Silver Soldier Ambi and also Bernice as well. Both of those characters have their own niches they play into, and I think both these characters could be a great pickup for your account. Favorite part about this particular side of the patch, guys, you're getting Polkra with Ambi as well, so whenever you're pulling for your Ambi, you're having a chance to get the new A rank character in the game as well. And not to mention, this A rank character is free. We'll talk more about that in the event extension later, but yes, you can get it for absolutely free, so you're really just getting the Mindscapes here for her, so you really don't even need to pull in this banner per se. But overall, I do like the fact that they put Polkra on the banner with Silver Soldier Ambi, that is really going to be wanting those additional damage dealers on the team to help her out and deal more damage overall. Hey, fucking take notes, HSR. Haven't had a fucking 4-star character since version 2. I don't even know. We had Moe's 2 A ranks in 1 year. I think 3 A ranks in 1 year, something like that. But hopping into side 2 now, guys, that's going to be Trigger and Zhu Yan. Now, honestly, guys, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I don't think Zhu Yan's really worth the pull there. I think the only pull worthy there is going to be Trigger. Trigger's going to be another S rank breaker. I think she'll be great for your account. I really don't think Zhu Yan's it, guys. Not going to lie to you. I feel like characters like Zhu Yan and Harumasa have already been power crept in a way from the fact that we have Ambi in the game. I feel like Ambi is a character that plays very similar to how they play, with like a very bursty playstyle, but you don't have to rely on the enemy being stunned for that to happen. You can kind of do damage when they're stunned or they're not stunned, whereas I feel like the majority of the damage with Harumasa and Zhu Yan really relies on having the enemy stunned, meaning you have to have a stunner on your account, whereas with Silver Soldier Ambi, I feel like you could probably just put like an Ambi on the team as well, and then that'd be good to go for you. But that's all that I have to say about the characters now, guys. Let's go ahead and talk about the rest of the content with this update, guys. Hollow Zero getting an absolutely new boss, and this boss looks super fucking cool, guys. He's a little puppet master. He controls his little puppets and shit like that. He does like a little like AoE bullet hell type thing as well. I think it's a very interesting boss. I like the way the boss looks a lot. I like the way the mechanics look for the boss anyways. I think this is a really good design for a new boss getting added to the game. Innovative. That's surely a word, right? But outside of this, guys, we're also getting some more quality of life added into Hollow Zero, and also with this, guys, we're getting some new character trials, or you can play with the characters in their trial modes, and then also additional abilities for a couple more characters as well. And what I mean by this is like the extra abilities they gave to Miyabi and Yanagi as well. It's going to work the same on Astriel now, and a couple other characters you'll see here on screen. And then also, guys, we're getting 3 new stories added to the game: a character soldier for Silver Soldier Ambi, a character story for Trigger, and then also the main story is coming back as well. So we're also getting these things added. Now, the part that I am really not all too hype about, there's only one event in this patch that I genuinely care about. Starting off with the ones I don't care about. You're getting a Nikkei event, guys, where you shoot with Trigger. I rip mobile players. You boys are fucked, cucked, and Yeah, it's up for you guys. It's a boring event, guys. It's just, it looks really bland. It looks really bad, and I don't really like it too much. Event number 2 is going to be a picture event. We're helping Nightboot take pictures. That's cool. Great. Dead. We're going to be running errands for Pulchra, and then also we're going to have this simulated battle world event thing like we had with the Anagi patch. I mean, that's okay. It's a little bit of a combat. You can try out new teams where they give you trial characters. That's cool. But the event that I'm most excited for, guys, is the event where you can customize the Bangbu. It's a top-down mode. It kind of looks like a PoE, Diablo, those types of games like this, but you're controlling your character still, but you upgrade a Bangbu. You keep upgrading him, and he keeps shooting shit. It looks so cool. It looks so fun. To upgrade your little Bangbu and go with it. That's the type of events I like. Innovative events like that, even though it's really not that innovative, it just seemed fun. Give us fun events. The other events, fucking lame as hell. I'm not gonna lie, but this event, really freaking cool in my book. And then with this event, guys, on top of how fun it looks, they're giving us Pulchra for absolutely free. Yes, free breaker. You can replace and be on your team now with another better breaker. Yippee, yippee, yippee. Oh, guys, I cannot wait to get the Pulchra and replace her, guys, because I swear to God, I have not pulled a Lycon ever. I have Coleto on my account. I really don't like using Coleto that much. So right now I'm stuck with Lighter. You guys know my feelings on Lighter if you saw the tier list video, okay? He should not be a tier 0 breaker, right? He gives great buffs. Not a great breaker. So Pulchra will be filling in the gap quite nicely when I don't use him on the team. But like I said, guys, other events kind of copium. We're also getting 2 new drive sets added to the game. One will be used for Silver Soldier Ambi and probably Haramasa as well. The other set, that's just planning for the new character we're getting to the game. So maybe when you farm it, you'll have at least a set for a new character maybe coming out in the future. So that, hey, good for you there, I guess. And then we got a small amount of quality of life. Not as much as I would have liked to seen. I would have liked to seen a lot more quality of life, especially with how dead the patch is. So as far as quality of life goes, guys, we're getting a couple things here. The biggest one we're getting is actually we're going to be getting more time efficiency. This means when you're grinding for those elite boss materials, you can actually double up the power you're using to get double the rewards. This will half the time it's going to be taking you to actually farm up for your core abilities and stuff like that. So this is really great there. Also, in terms of upgrading, you can just keep upgrading now. And then finally, guys, training plan is going to have a % made progress bar for whenever you get a certain amount of materials. It'll be like, hey, you're 58% complete, which I guess is kind of cool. But that's really all that we're getting with this update, guys. Now let me tell you about why this is a dead patch and what I don't like. I wish there would have been more quality of life. I think there needs to be more done with the game to make it better for players, aka, for example, maybe a little copium here of me, loadout sets. Can we get some more loadout sets? Number 2, guys, I feel like they've done a great job updating some of the in-game game modes. I feel like it could be pushed upon a little bit more as far as in-game content in the game right now, because we have Deadly Assault, which just got added, and then we also have Shield Defense, and I feel like that could use a little bit of an upgrade, a little bit of a facelift. I do like what Deadly Assault does, but I do think Hollow Zero needs a little bit something more. Another quality of life thing I would like to see added is upgrading gear. I feel like it's kind of a hassle to actually go through and dismantle shit you want to dismantle for like the old gear pieces you have, because I feel like it takes you through so many different sub-menus to actually go through, break down, dismantle this shit, then you have to find your way back to it. I feel like it's a little bit convoluted in a way. And the final thing I would want is probably for also gear farming as well. I feel like you should, instead of just giving the discard function, just let you break down the disk drives whenever you collect them. So at collection, be like, hey, choose these, break these down, give me the materials for these. That would be fine for me. I feel like that's a great quality of life they could add. Let me know what quality of life you would like to see add to the game, because I do want to make a video on what they could add to the game to increase your quality of life. So go ahead and leave that in the comment section down below. Other than that, guys, I do really like the fact that they keep adding these stories in for each character coming out. I feel like that does add a lot of content to the game, especially when the character comes out. You play the character story. Oh, you have a fucking full version story as well. Let's play that too. And then we have another character story. Oh yeah, yippee, we get to that too. And honestly, the stories are not bad. You get some pretty decent rewards from them. And also, they have a shop as well, usually. So, all around, I love what they do with the character stories. I do believe that adds a lot of content to the game when the game could otherwise be called a dead patch. Still, overall, a better patch than version 3.1, because Jesus Christ, is this shit dead right now. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Hopefully, you enjoyed, and ZZZ better than HSR at this point. Anyways, guys, see you later. Bye. Have a good one. What did you think about the patch? Were you excited? Was it good for you? Anyways, bye, guys.